I have managed to score myself a few samples of some relatively recent, not super recent, releases from the rather confusingly named Transcontinental Rum Line. Why is it transcontinental? Trans means across. Transcontinental is what you would call like a railroad from like Cali to New York. I think they mean like across continents, but that would be intercontinental. But then it sounds like a missile. I mean, I guess it could be transcontinental if it's like from the Caribbean to like Boston, because that's still technically all North America. But I mean, this is a Maison and Verlier company, and they're Europe based. So it really seems I have thought way too much about this. But regardless of the name, they bottle some very good rums. It's always well presented, no additives, no sugar, no nonsense, from a whole bunch of different distilleries. And they get around. They get pretty good distribution. So if any of these are super good, they're probably available in your area. So I thought about just setting them out as normal and tasting through them, from, lowest bottling strength to highest. But then I realized it would be way more fun if I did these blind. So it's not completely blind. I did the pouring, and I put little bits of tape on the bottom with what they are. But my wife did some mixing up of the bottles before she left off on a bike ride. So I'm going to call this blind enough. So what do we got here? We got their new blend, the High Seas, which I have not tried yet. We have a 6-year-old Panama. We have a 7-year-old Australian, which is Beenleigh. We have a 3-year-old Mauritian rum from Grace Distillery. I had a Holmes whatever. A Holmes something from Grace Distillery that I really, really liked a while back. Foursquare, 6-year-old. And a 5-year-old Worthy Park. And I'm super excited. I have no idea what is in each glass. I'm just going to call them as I see them. All right, so we're going to start with, let's call this glass number 1. Wait, I should start from your side, right? So we're going to start with glass number 1 over here. Kind of a darker color. None of these look like they're sherry casks or anything. I'm going to guess like ex-American oak maturation, but this is a darker color than some of the others. And yeah, it smells like a bourbon cask rum. I am getting a lot of kind of, cola soda stuff. I guess really more, what is that? I'm stuck between Coca-Cola and RC Cola. So if you were to somehow make an unholy mixture of the Royal Crown's Cola, which is clearly better, with nasty, disgusting Coca-Cola, that's a little bit what this would smell like. There's a lot of vanilla. A little bit of a sawdusty thing. A little bit of a floral thing as well. And just a couple of like little dandelions, wildflowers kind of thrown in there. Sawdusty. It is, it's recognizably a rum. There's a couple of like seaside stones, little sea breeze in there. Some fennel happening. But I would guess, at least on the nose, this comes across as, I don't know, maybe not column still, maybe like a hybrid still or something. I think that's what Beenleigh uses. I did not do my homework for this video, I'm sorry. It doesn't smell like a heavy pot still rum in any case. It smells substantial. It smells woody. It smells nice. It smells kind of floral aromatic. But yeah, it's not, doesn't smell like a particularly heavy rum. I'm not getting a whole lot of alcohol in the nose either. Let's see what happens on the palate. I'm stuck. Yeah, it doesn't taste like a pot still rum to me, but it also doesn't taste like a column still rum. It doesn't have those kind of like little like pencil eraser notes that I often get. Interesting. Okay, so it's quite woody though. There's a lot of wood on the sucker. Brings a lot of like fun crushed up furniture and some basil on the back end in particular. There's a little bit of a wood plus cooling element on this. I gotta say, this is a signature I'm just not that familiar with. There's a lot of whiskyness coming, like American whiskyness. I mean, if you handed this to me blind, I would eventually figure out it wasn't a rye. But initially, my thought would be, leaning in a kind of American whiskey, rye, grainy kind of direction. All right, let me get some more tasting notes to the table. A lot of American oak, a lot of sawdust, crushed up like furniture, vanilla. But there's that cooling thing. There was some basil, some wintergreen. Yep, fennel. One, like, not even one black, like half a black olive in there, just to remind you that this is a rum. A little bit of that seaside gravel thing again. A little minerality, but this is really... It feels like the distillate is acting as... There's a little bit of a privateer thing going on here, which really makes me think maybe this is either Mauritius or Australia. If this is Jamaica, I will resign my commission right now. Yeah, it's interesting. I like it. It's challenging me a little bit. All right, let's give this a squirt of water. I don't think this is the Panama is the one that's bottled at 43%. And I don't think this is Panama. I don't think it's Panama. Maybe it's fuck. Okay, I'm gonna give this half a squirt. See if it drowns. I think it can take a little bit more. All right, we'll come back to that. There's a respective score. All right, moving on. Glass number 2. Also has kind of a darkish color. As compared to this, like middle row here is really light. So a little bit darker. Also looks like bourbon cask maturation, but Okay. This smells... What is that? I'm getting a little bit of... So I'm also getting a little bit of cola on this, and a little bit of... a lot of vanilla. There's some Tootsie Rolls in here. But there's also some a little bit of like a dry erase marker kind of smell in here. Which makes me think maybe this is a blended rum. I sometimes get like dry erase markers on blends of pot still and column still. So maybe it's the High Seas. Maybe it's the Foursquare. I don't know. I think the Jamaican is worthy. It's got to be worthy Park, so the Jamaican isn't going to be a blend. Yeah, a lot of vanilla, a lot of oak, but it's taking it a different direction. There's some, a lot of cola going on. It's pure Pepsi this time, which I'm okay with. There's a little bit of like a sweet tobacco thing, like an aged Virginia flake or something. Just really kind of bringing out the sugars. Just some like pound cake, man. Just or even like fruit cake. Yeah, a lot of cakes involved in this. Lane cake, also. Vanilla beans. But there's a little bit of a roughness to this as well, which I'm appreciating. almost like a like a smoky thing, like a little bit of a campfire ash kind of character. Very lightly floral on this as well. Maybe just, but it's more like just a dash of rose water or something. Right on the palate, there's more alcohol in this than in that one. At least on the nose, there's more kind of. It's not like it's unpleasant or anything. It just smells like it's maybe a hair bit stronger. They're both pretty darn young. Like neither one, in terms of mouth presence, is really hanging on for too long or like really getting past my molars. I mean, all of these are going to be pretty young, right? What's the oldest thing here? Like the Australia is the oldest thing here, actually. So yeah, this is not none of these are super duper old. On the palate, it's got a little bit more of that kind of like dry erase kind of marker thing. Really, it follows from the nose. There's a little bit of what is that? Like almost like an ethanol bitterness creeping through, just a little bit, which makes me think this is this might be a blended rum with a higher degree of column distillate in there. It's also quite strong. Yeah, vanilla, Pepsi, that kind of Virginia tobacco thing, and the finish is, I mean, it's some pleasant woody stuff, but there's also just like that sort of ethanol astringency sort of coming through. I think, which I assume is like a column still kind of thing. It's like a like you soaked marshmallow in vodka. It's that kind of thing. It's not ruining this, but I don't know if I like this better than on first contact. My thought is blended rum, and it feels pretty darn strong. So I would guess the Foursquare, but I don't want to lock that in until I come back to it. It really is giving me kind of Dorley's vibes. There's a little bit of a floral thing, like a rosewater thing that reminds me of Dorley's. Anyways, we'll come back to this. Wait. It feels strong. I don't actually know if it's strong, so I don't want to drown this accidentally. Still going. Still going. Okay, so we're talking 50%. Starting to loosen up. I'm going to give it another one. I'm a little scared to go beyond that. Yeah, the two strongest things in this tasting, I think, are it's the Foursquare and the Jamaica. This does not taste like Jamaica unless it's some weird blend or something. I am like pretty darn sure this is the Foursquare, but we will come back to it. All right, glass number 3. Wait, what am I going to just kind of write a prescriptive score on this? Glass number 3. Much lighter color on this one. So I don't know maybe it's one of the young ones. What's young here? The Mauritius is pretty young. I'm guessing the High Seas is pretty young. The I don't know. Let's just stick our nose into this, see what happens. Interesting. It's very reserved. Smells very, yeah. Okay, so the first thing I'm picking up on is some estery rum, but it's not screaming at me. It's not sort of, punching me in the face with, "Hey, I'm an ester monster, mister." So it's like a Jamaican rum, maybe not in Jamaica, like shouting at me across the room, like a really kind of fruity Jamaican rum, like a Moni Musk or something. But it's not right there. Interesting. It's very fruity. It's very floral. What are we getting? We're getting some blueberries, some blackberries, mandarin orange, maybe some strawberry bubblegum in there. Little bits of oak creeping through, but not very much. A little, like just little hint of like vanilla and maybe some English breakfast tea. Darjeeling, sorry. Maybe this is another blend. I don't know. It's got a spiciness to it. There's a little bit of like almost like a red curry powder thing to this. A little white pepper. Doesn't smell particularly hot. Not as hot as the I'm gonna say Foursquare, because if this is not a Foursquare, I am gonna be stunned and upset with myself. I mean, if either of these two is the Jamaica, I'm gonna lose my mind. This one might be the Jamaica. If it's Worthy Park, it's a very quiet Worthy Park. It's interesting. Like, yeah, it's estery, but it's so like reserved in how it's presenting itself, and it doesn't smell like. I know that Jamaica is supposed to be like a little bit stronger, and I'm not getting alcohol nip on this. I mean, it could be the high seas, could be the maybe this is the Australia or the Mauritius doing weird things. It's again, it's not a. It's well, I was gonna say it's a signature I'm not familiar with, but it is, but it's not. It feels like it's. It feels like Jamaica, but a little bit weird. Let's go with that. On the palate. That is not what I expected on the palate. On the palate, this arrives more like, frankly, like a young Cuban rum or something. Wait, hang on. Yeah, we're getting banana, lots of banana actually. Banana and banana peel. Coca-Cola. No. There's the Jamaica or whatever something high ester in there. I'm beginning to think this is the high seas, and if it is, this is actually very, very good. Yeah, the palate of this, it arrives sort of like Cuba. Lots of banana. A little bit of like a Darjeeling tea kind of thing. Did I mention that in the nose? But then in the after, on the finish, you start to get a little bit of those kind of mixed wild berries things. A little bit of some floral elements creeping through, a little rose water. Even a little bit of like a what are those tomatoes that are like more sweet, like sweet, I don't know, like sweet tomatoes, like the little sweet ones. I forget the name. If there's a little bit of that coming across, a little bit of a halo on the back on the back end. Also some bubble gum. This is not old. The mouth presence is... I mean, it fades pretty quickly. The mouth length is not long. It isn't really taking over my mouth, but for what it is, yeah, I mean, this is quite pleasant. So far, there's not one rum among these first three that's really kind of standing above the others. Let's give this some water. Is this a Panama? I don't know. I don't want to risk it. I'm going to give half a squirt. I'm going to stop there. I don't want to drown that. I'm going to stop there. Yeah, and initially, first impression, I mean, it could be one of the distilleries I don't know very well, but if one of these three is the high seas, I would guess it is this one. All right, moving on. This next one, a little bit darker in color than this one. Not a whole lot, though. Not a lot of dark color in this video. Sorry. Yeah, okay. So just beginning to approach amber with this. Ooh. Good morning. All right. Yeah, okay. Now it is becoming clear. Okay, now we are in Jamaica. Now we are in, like, I am, if one of these three is the Jamaican rum and this isn't, like, then I will eat this marker. Like, this just smells. And specifically, it smells like Worthy Park. It's got that kind of like fried green tomato covered in rose water thing that is very, very, very distinctive of Worthy Park. A little Turkish delight in there as well. Okay. Vanilla, yes. Little tea, a little Ceylon tea. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, the Jamaicanness is kind of ruling the day on this. It's that kind of signature Worthy Park thing plus fried plantain, orange, pineapple. Oh, what is that? I mean, it's rose water, but there's some other floral elements in there too. God, I don't want to eat that marker. I want to be right on this. It's also quite nippy. The alcohol is definitely coming through on this. There's even a little bit of like Asian pear on this. I mean, it smells like a young kind of low to medium ester Jamaican rum. That's exactly what this smells like. Specifically from Worthy Park. Which I guess would make sense. I mean, I've had other TCRLs, and I think they were Worthy Parks too. All right, let's see what happens on the palate. Yeah. If this is like Mauritius and it's doing like or Foursquare, God, and it's doing this, it is really like presenting Jamaica to me. All right, what do we got? Turkish delight, rose water, fried green tomatoes, yum. Lots of black pepper, just intense black pepper, especially in the back end. Huge amounts of kind of wildflowers kind of flying around my mouth. Pineapple again, orange again, different kinds of oranges. There's maybe some bergamot in there, maybe like a little bit of tangerine in there. Um, I hate this, but this is of the lineup so far, of these four so far, this is my favorite. And I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to be like, hey, this Mauritian rum is clearly the best of the bunch. But no, I think so far at least the Jamaica's kind of running away with this. If it is Jamaica, God, it has to be Jamaica. What else could it be? All right, the water's going to tell a tale. If I can get at least 3 or 4 squirts into this, it's either the Foursquare or the Jamaican. I cannot see this being Foursquare. All right, 1, 2. It's going to take at least 2. I'm not even going to try with 1. Still going. 3. Still going. 4. We're going to go 5. And yeah. I would like to be surprised. I would love to see this be, Barbados or Mauritius. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. All right, moving on to what is this? Glass number 5. About the same color as the. No, wait. This room has not lit very well. It's maybe a shade darker than the Jamaican was. Should have brought more water. All right. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what we got. On the nose. Yeah. Watered down RC Cola and a little bit of pencil eraser. This smells like multi-column industrial rum. But good. I'm not getting any kind of ethanol-y notes. It's, yeah, I'm not getting a whole lot of other details either. Maybe there's some like a banana peel in there for fun. Okay. I don't know. Maybe this not banana peel, banana bread. There's a big old loaf of banana bread, kind of thrown in here, and you covered it in watered down RC Cola and a couple of pencil erasers. That's sort of what this smells like, but nice. A little bit of fennel in there as well to remind you it's a rum. Well, no, actually, there's a little bit of nip on this. A little bit. I can't tell if it's alcohol or not. It smells a little bit like alcohol, like just stronger alcohol. And this is supposed to, if this is the Panama, that's supposed to be like what, 43%? Yeah, my notes say 43%. So maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe I'm just. I can't remember what Australia or the Mauritius do. So maybe this is one of those. On the palate. No, this has got to be Panama. Again, tastes like a pretty well made, not tampered with, clean Cuban style rum. It's a lot of RC Cola. That banana bread thing is in the house. The house, is that saying still going anywhere? Like what are the Zoomers say now when they as the equivalent of in the house? little pencil eraser, a little bit of a tire inner tube kind of thing happening. Some nice black pepper. Little hits of ethanol in there. I don't think this is. So I'm not getting the alcohol on the palate. I was smelling in the nose. It's not as nippy as I was expecting it to be. Yeah, I mean, I'm. This is almost like, if this is not a multi-column distilled rum aged in bourbon casks, I would be shocked. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the Panama, but that would be my first thought. I'm going to add some water to this, not too much. Like half a squirt. Oh yeah, I'm going to stop right there. This one it's pretty thin is the wrong word. It's brief. It's kind of there. Doesn't extend too far back. Doesn't kind of cover your palate or anything. Doesn't hold on for too long. It's just there. It's nice, and then it's gone. I'm not changing my guess. I still think this is the Panama. All right, moving on. Glass number 6. Okay. This is maybe the darkest color we've seen so far. Maybe this is the Foursquare. I don't know. Foursquare makes some pretty dang dark rums. This is another one where a little bit like, what would they be? Glasses 1 and 3? I don't really know where to place this. Okay, it's very kind of woody. I mean, you guess that from the color, right? Give me a second to kind of get a handle on this. What the heck am I smelling? It's a little bit like alpine. It smells like oh, what am I trying to say? There's a little bit of an Amaro vibe on this. It isn't imagine you took a Fernet Branca or something and you took the minty elements out. That's a little bit what this smells like. You got kind of a little bit of an Amaro thing, like tree bark. Maybe even a little hint of gentian in there. You do get the fennel, you do get the olives. It's a rum. Black tea, English breakfast tea. Vanilla. A fair amount of tobacco, like almost some... what kind of tobacco? Like a, well, I don't know, like a Virginia burley flake or something. Even a little, there's a little bit of like a seediness in here, which makes me think of like a Maduro or something. Yeah, there's a little bit of Maduro on this. It smells woody. It smells like it's something driven by the distillate rather than or by the wood rather than the distillate. But I'm not getting any of those markers that you would normally expect on like a blended rum or like a multi-column still rum. So yeah, my first thought, at least in the nose, would be it's just an unfamiliar signature. So I'm thinking maybe Australia or Mauritius. Now the palate. Ooh. Yeah, very kind of medicinal, digestive like in the best possible way. It's like a fun marriage between a traditional, stereotypical piratey yo ho ho Caribbean style rum with a nice Northern Italian Amaro. It's kind of got that vibe. Let me get some notes on the table. Has, with the exception of maybe what I think is the Jamaican glass 4, the most mouth presence on the table. This really kind of gets back into my throat a little bit, covers my entire mouth, and kind of hangs on for a good bit. There's a little bit of a Foursquare vibe in this, which makes me think Foursquare, but I don't think it's Foursquare. It's almost like, that almost like stereotypical Caribbean rum thing. Vanilla, cola, little floral notes, fennel, a little banana in there. All that wedded to tree bark, gentian, little hint of like, not even sour cherry, like cherry skin or something like that. It's very good. It's very fun. All right. Yeah, I'm not. I like it. I'm not sure what it is. Let's go with that. Give it a squirt of water. It feels pretty strong. Not as strong as glasses 2 or 4. I can keep going. That's very good. That's very good. In terms of quality, these two, glasses 4 and 6, are kind of in the lead for me. I think Panama, what I think is the Panamanian rum, rum 5, glass 5, is kind of falling behind. At least this is, it's not because it's bad, it's just not, there's just not as much there. All right, but anyways, let's go through these one more time. Sign a final grade. My marker is running out of ink, but hopefully it can hold through. All right, back to glass 1. This is another one where I didn't know quite what to do with it. There's a little bit of a balsa wood thing coming out now. Yeah, interesting. It smells... It's funny. It smells a little bit like you were to take the more aromatic-y side of like an Armagnac, and then just put a piece of like aromatic wood in there for a little bit. That's kind of what this smells like. There's some wintergreen in there. Good development. I like this, whatever it may be. I just can't. I have a trouble. I don't know what this is. I'm having trouble pinning it down. On the palate, mouthfeel is a little bit better, but that's really the only thing that's kind of stepped forward and improved. Mouth length is still very short. This comes across as quite young. Finish is okay. I'm torn on how I feel about this. It's winning me over. The mouth length, the sense of youthfulness on this, it's the only thing holding me back in my scores, but I'm enjoying this. Again, like a little bit like It reminds me a lot of Glass 6, like a younger version of Glass 6, where you remember those minty things we took out of the Fernet Branca? Here we're going to put them back in. And that's kind of how this is behaving. Score-wise, I like this. I'm going to give this like an 84 plus. I think it's either the Beenleigh or the Australia. Let me try Glass 6 again. I think these two are the ones I don't really know. I don't have a clue. I'm gonna guess Glass 1 is maybe the Mauritius, but I have no clue. I'm gonna guess the Mauritius. 84 plus though, quite good. Especially if this is 3 years old, that's impressive. All right, Glass 2. This is the one I thought initially was maybe a Foursquare. And on the nose with water, it's doing nothing to dissuade me from that. Very aromatic, very floral. A lot of just cola notes in here. Cola and tobacco, like cola and like Virginias. And a lot of cake, Right on the palate. It's good rum. A lot of people are really going to like this. But I like this first one better. I just do. Come fight me. I don't know, but I do still think this is Barbados, but it just feels like... yeah, I'm guessing this is the Dorley's formula. It's really column 4. There's still that kind of like ethanol-y, like boozy marshmallow kind of thing. Oh hell, what do I score this? I'm gonna score this, and the boozy marshmallow thing is really starting to bother me. But I mean, it's very pleasant otherwise. There's a lot of cola, a lot of tobacco, a lot of cake. If you like Dorley's, you will probably like this. It's got that same kind of character. I'm gonna give this 84 minus, and I guess it's Barbados. All right, and we'll move on to glass 3. What did I think this one was? I don't remember what I thought this one was. Oh yeah, this one was the one that came across as like a quiet Jamaica or something, right? Yeah. Okay, so it hasn't really improved. It smells the same on the nose. I'm just gonna smell glass 4 discreetly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This has got to be the Plaid, right? Because this is the one that has some Jamaican stuff in it, but it's got other stuff too. Oh yeah. I mean, it smells basically the same on the nose. It's got that. It's like a very intense, powerful estery thing, but it's in the background. It's kind of not, it's not in your face with it. And some pleasant, kind of cola notes. Nice. Basically the same as what it was on the palate. Ooh. It's very young. Yeah, I mean, it's very young. But here's the thing. In terms of how it's delivering what it's got, I don't think this is actually a huge step down from Glass 2. Especially now that they're both at the same strength. Hold on, let me try two one more time. No, they're actually pretty comparable. This is young. Everything is happening at the front of the mouth. Finish isn't super long, although adding a hair touch of water to this does improve the finish and the mouthfeel, which speaks well for how well this would work in cocktails. I would give this an 83 plus. So, is that better than the 84 minus of the of Glass 2? I don't know. My marker is starting to fail me. Come on, 83 plus, and I think this is the blend. If this is like the full-blown Jamaica, I will be shocked. I'll be shocked. And let us move on to the one I think is the full-blown Jamaica. Yeah, it just smells like Funky Town. No real change from how it smelled neat. Little bit less alcohol nip now. Maybe a little bit more of that kind of the orangey pineapple thing coming forward versus before. A little bit more sweetness. But otherwise, I mean, it started off smelling like low to mid ester Worthy Park, and it still smells like that. And I love Worthy Park. Let's see what happens on the palate. Yeah. If you're gonna beat Jamaica, you gotta bring your A game. This is good. Yes, it's young. Would a few more years in the cask give it more texture and more little nuances and complexity? Absolutely. But even at this young age, this is taking over my entire mouth. It's hanging on. There's a halo of like bergamot and berries and fruitiness that I'm really enjoying. Is it the best Worthy Park I've ever had in my life? No. Absolutely not. Not even close. But, you know, it's still good enough for... What am I going to give this? It's worth an 86. I'm going to give this an 86. If I can write 86. Come on. And I think this is the Jamaica. Come on. Come on, pen. Work with me here. All right, let's move on. Class 5. On the nose. It smelled like Cuban style rum before. No real development on the nose. But that's fine. It smells fine. It still smells fine. On the palate. Yeah, perfectly serviceable Cuban style rum. I think this is the Panama. I really think this is the Panama. I don't know of anything else on the table that it could be. Very easy drinking. Has a little bit of an industrial note to kind of keep it charming. I would give this 80 points. And yeah, I think it's the Panama. And last up, this is where the battle is. Can glass 6, whatever the heck this is, beat glass 4? Oh man, it really smells like just a better, older, more nuanced and complex version of glass 1. Which you have to take seriously because I really liked glass 1. There's a little bit of an air fixed glue kind of thing going on. Like a model airplane glue thing. A lot of wood. A lot of like rumminess, but also a lot of like old school, old Italian man digestive stuff going on. It gets a little bit sweeter with water. And that kind of like glue note, but pleasant on the palate. Dang. You're very, very good. But not today, glass 6. Not today, glass 6. I'm sorry. Not a whole lot of change with the addition of water. It's still got very good mouthfeel. Maybe the best mouth length of the entire lineup. But the distillate still feels a little bit simple. It's still very, very wood driven. I still don't know what this is. Either I'm going to guess Australia just because it feels older than glass 1. But yeah, I would give this a solid 85 points. 85, come on. 85. I just bought some new Sharpies. I have no idea where they are. So I'm using this old piece of crap. And yeah, let's say Australia. Why not? And let's see. And now that we're done giving scores to everything, let's see what the reveals are. All right. In last place is glass 5. I thought this was the Panama. 80 points. And yeah, it is the Panama. And yeah, this is absolutely fine. All right. Next up was the. Oh yeah, kind of in a tie, I guess, would be glasses 2 and 3. 2. I thought this was maybe the Foursquare, but it's like not the best version of Foursquare I've ever had. Let's see. It's Barbados. Yeah. All right, so that's 84 minus. And then glass 3, I thought. What did I think? Oh, I thought this was the blend, high seas. It is the high seas. Okay, I'm 3 for 3. This is good. This is like the best blind session I've done in a long time. All right, so 3 glasses left. Number 1, I thought was an 84. I gave it an 84 plus. This is 3rd place. Really, really good. Not quite as good as glass 6, but dang good. And this is what is that? Oh no, it's the Australia. All right, yeah, Australia coming in 3rd place with glass 1. I was wrong. And let's see, glass number 6. This has got to be the Mauritius. I thought it was Australia because it felt older. This is 3 years old. Holy crap, this is awesome. If you can get this for a reasonable price, go buy this. And yeah, it's Mauritius. All right, and the winner, I thought it was Jamaica, and I guess it's Jamaica. It's Jamaica. 86 points. And my disc is complaining about disk space again, so I'm going to cut it off here. Thank you for watching, and cheers.